Third caution has come out at Talladega Superspeedway. It was a one-truck incident. At least one truck slid to the apron of the racetrack, and that was the 17 of Timothy Peters.
That one truck would argue that there was another truck that was involved in that incident, and that
he was not alone, was he?
84 of Chris Fontaine. Peters was slow on the apron, Rick, and they were lapping him as they got down into turn one, and when they started lapping him, they ran out of room.
Jason White staying out, Michael.
And coming on to pit road, the 18 of Kyle Busch, the 30 of Todd Bodine. Kristen.
Kyle Busch and Eric Phillips knew it would be close. He said with green-white checkers, they couldn't take the chance. Fuel only. Ray?
Same situation for Todd Bodine. They didn't want to take any gamble, just a fuel, and they look at that front fender real quickly. Back to the racetrack for the 30.
Todd Bodine looks like he's trying to pass the 18 of Kyle Busch on pit road.
Could get busted for speeding.
He doesn't want to speed on pit road. There's damage to the back of the 3 of Austin Dillon.
That's bump drafting. That's the result of bump drafting right there.
They're trying to pit or something. We've seen it about all today.
Yeah.
We have trouble pitting.
Pull the tape off the top if you can.
We have trouble lapping trucks.
Yeah, the reason we're under caution, let's take a look now.
Same situation as earlier, Michael, with that accident we had go over in turn number 1. See the black truck. He's on the inside. He's a lap down. Chris Fontaine makes contact with him.
I just need a little space is all I need, guys. And he didn't get it. But look at this save he makes. Keeps the thing heading the right direction. Lets off the brake just at the right time. Gets it rolling in the right direction.
Right along with Austin Dillon.
Watch this up ahead. See that black truck turns down to the inside. Austin says, I wonder where he's going to go. I know he's coming back up the racetrack at some point. Fortunately for Austin, it was behind him.
There's the race off pit road, and it's a close one. Kyle Busch, a front bumper.
You know, we talked about the 30 trying to beat the 18 off the pit road, and you know he gained almost a truck length in that from the time he left his pit, too fast in leaving the pits. He will have to go to the tail end of the longest line, Ray.
And I'll tell you what, Phil, they had contemplated putting tires on that Valvoline Tundra, and Mike Hillman called it off at the very last second there, but now he's saying, what do you think, Bud? Should we put these tires on since we've got to go to the back? They've got them up on the wall, ready to go, so we'll see what their decision is, whether they come in here and get these tires at lap 76. What's happening on your end, Adam?
Very interesting conversation when the caution came out for Jason White. It was pretty much a consensus. No doubt we're going to pit from the crew standpoint. Jason White said, if I don't need fuel, I'm not pitting. So they came back and said, okay, save fuel, stay out. We could be a big question mark if we get a green-white checker, but he feels pretty confident he can save enough fuel, and I think he's really enjoying the view. 23 out front as we close on 15 laps to go.
You know, in the spring here, I think we had the maximum 3 attempts at a green-white checkered for the Cup race. They ran 30-some extra miles. So Jason better hope that doesn't happen today. He'll never make it to the finish.
Right.
Or Fresh Wranglers was the call from Mike Hillman Jr. He and Todd Bodine talked it over a good bit. He said, if I'm coming from the back, I want every opportunity. Here go those 4 tires. They'll get them on. They've got plenty of fuel. This thing's got a complete fuel load. And Todd Bodine will start from the rear. We'll see how many laps it takes to see if he can get back to the front.
Yeah, it ain't going to take him many, Ray. Heck, what would we do? Did we run 2 before he got back to the top 5 last time?
I don't think so. And obviously they had a chance to look at the repair work to that left front fender. We're comfortable with that because they have nothing to lose. They have to restart this race from the tail end of the longest line as we give another Aaron's lucky dog to David Starr. Put him right back on the lead lap.
Well, and David Starr had pushed Skinner to the front. He was racing at the front of the pack, a lap down. He grabs this Aaron's lucky dog. He's got a chance to win this race now. We saw him out of gas early in the race. Now he's in a position to win it.
17 trucks are on the lead lap. That means we'll be just over 8 rows back. They're in the Todd Bodine area because on the lead lap, obviously, you get to start double file up front.
Guys, we're inside of 20 laps to go. They're going to come to this restart here with 17 laps to go. I don't know if I can hold my breath that long.
I don't like it, Phil. I didn't like it. They started doing all that stuff too soon for me. Just think about this. We can't pit right. We can't lap guys. And now we're trying to bump draft. How long can we do that right?
Well, let's take a look at our Dodge save of the race. We think this is going to be the best one. There's still 17 laps to go in this one.
So we'll probably have some more saves before it's all said and done.
We're going to need more saves.
Watch Narain Carthagena here. This is that first incident when we were lapping a truck. Watch him now. He's right behind Jeffrey Aaron, and he misses him. Wow.
Unbelievable. Take another look.
Narain's going, okay, what do I do now?
And give it gas right through. That was our Dodge save of the race. Pace car is off the racetrack onto pit road. That puts the field back in the hands of Jason White and Ron Hornaday. Side by side coming through the tri-oval. Green flag back in the air.
Jason White leads another lap. This is the second most laps he's led in his career. You remember back at Bristol when he led 86 laps in 09? Here in Talladega, this is the second most laps he's ever led. So he didn't want to give up that lead and come to pit road. I don't need no gas, he said.
Remember, he was very, very close to winning his first race of his career at Daytona this year. Ended up with a great top 5 finish. He's looking for that first one.
These trucks get up to speed a lot faster than the Cup cars. They have over 600 horsepower. Because of the air that they punch, or the big hole in the air that they punch. And how about Hornaday?
How about
flexing his muscles up front?
Johnny Sauter with his strategy to start from the back. He's rallying to the front here late in the going.
I don't think there's going to be any laying back here anymore.
It is a sprint to the finish now, as they will have 16 laps of racing to go. Hornaday in front of Jason White and Chris Fontaine in third in the 84.
With a big push from Kyle Busch, that truck could go all the way to the lead.
Kyle Busch tucked in behind the 84. We'll see if they do make it up to side by side with that 33 of Hornaday.
I'm sure Kyle's thinking, I wonder who this guy is I'm pushing. I hope he can hang on. It's not going to stop me from pushing. I just hope he can hang on.
A lot of wiggling going on that outside line as they work their way past the 33. Will they clear that 33 and be able to drop to the bottom of the track? They do. Chris Fontaine out in front.
Awesome job by Chris Fontaine thus far here with 16 laps to go.
Chris is just saying, can it be over? Please let it be over right now.
Rain, something, anything.
Take the picture as I cross the stripe. I've got Kyle Busch behind me, leading the race at Talladega, Ray.
When that truck won all of its races, obviously it was a Dodge. It's now a Toyota today, but the guys told me when they practiced with this thing, they would try different springs and different shocks, and they said there was only one setup that would work on this racetrack, and that's the one that came on it before they cut the body off. They tried all kinds of different things. They set it up exactly the way it's run in the past. Old freaks back at the front on a super speedway.
And it feels so good for Chris Fontaine.
Yeah, that was a Bobby Hamilton truck that had so much success with Bobby Hamilton behind the wheel.
One with 3 different drivers at Daytona, as Ray told us.
Side by side back here running that second line, not making as big a move. We've got Skinner in front of him. Matt Crafton, Kenny Schrader in the 2, trying to help push that outside line.
You know, we talked about the owners' points battle at the top of the show. Right now, as they run on the track, Kyle Busch's team is up by 21 points over Todd Bodine. So Todd needs to rally. And we know how much this owners' championship means to these two organizations. They're going to battle it out all the way to Homestead. Right now, give the advantage to Kyle Busch's team.
Right now, Todd Bodine is back in this lead draft. And remember, he had to restart at the tail end of the tail end of the field here because of a speeding penalty, as Mike Skinner's pushed to the lead by Matt Crafton.
Crafton, Schrader, Eric Almirola working that outside line, trying to get the 5 up front.
Ricky Carmichael, Todd Bodine now make it 3 wide on the outside.
Ricky Carmichael again had to use the wave around earlier to get on the lead lap. Now he's 4 wide as they go through the tri-oval.
I'm a mess up here, y'all. My palms are sweating. My heart's beating. They can't keep racing like this. How are they doing it?
13 laps remaining at Talladega. Chris Fontaine still on point. Now Skinner moving on the outside. He's going to get a little help from the 88 of Crafton.
It looks like a start of the race.
Side by side all the way back. 7 rows back, 8 rows back. They're door to door.
Now here's why. This is why this is so fun. There was no way Chris Fontaine and Kyle Busch planned on working together. But that's what they're doing, and they find themselves working together at the front of the pack.
Just gotta keep it straight when he bumps into you. Just try to hold the steering wheel as best you can.
You got to keep it straight. And I guarantee you, that's every one of these guys. Best idea to keep it straight.
How about that lesson coming with 12 laps of racing to go?
I'd say that message was followed by a no kidding.
Ray Dunlap.
Hey, Rick, they've sent the message to Mike Skinner 3 or 4 times on the radio. You are short on fuel. About 2 laps, not going to make it. My record show him pitting last on lap 58. So Skinner trying to be in conservation mode. Maybe he needs to tuck in and do a little more drafting.
Chris Fontaine still in front of this pack. He's got Kyle Busch all over his back bumper. A veteran like Kyle Busch knows how to bump draft. How about James Buescher in the 31, and then right behind him in that 30 is Todd Bodine. Now Bodine looks to the outside. He's going to make it 3 wide to see if they can keep that momentum.
Lorraine Carthagena getting caught in the middle right now.
A lot of bouncing around there. 4 wide.
Skinner sees that move coming, and so he jumps out in front of the 30, trying to get a little assistance from that 30 of Todd Bodine.
See, I think Kyle Busch has decided he's happy right now, Phil. He likes running along behind Fontaine. He thinks he can put a move on him to win the race. If he can just keep everybody in that line right there, the first 5 trucks or so, I don't think he'll do anything till the very end.
You don't think these guys want to keep that inside line protected? Now they're running with half the trucks on the inside line.
You know, we saw the 33 of Ron Hornaday actually down below the double yellow line. He wasn't trying to improve his position. He was just running down there probably to get a little air on the front of that truck. But as long as you don't improve your position, as we see Skinner moving to the outside of Ken Schrader and hanging Schrader up on the inside, as long as you don't improve your position below the double yellow line, you're okay.
Oh, this is getting tense.
Or Schrader went way to the back. Now he's going to tuck in behind Lorraine Carthagena on the inside
Look,
line.
we're having another lap truck. That's bad. It has been anyway. Oh, and it's going to be again.
Wide. Are we going to have a problem down at the bottom of the track?
Oh, I don't know how they made it through that one.
Grant Enfinger was on the inside of Johnny Sauter, and they barely came off turn 2 without crashing. This is making my makeup run.
Sauter is dropping back. We're seeing Schrader make the move forward.
Look at the run Skinner's got.
Todd Bodine got a good shove from Mike Skinner. He moves to the outside to try to take 6th away.
Greg Ghost doing a terrific job right now, running up in that 6th position.
And the left side of that truck's tore all to pieces.
How about the 95 making the move now? That's Grant Enfinger, another one of those drivers making his first truck start.
Got some ARCA experience here. Couple great runs in the ARCA Racing Series for Grant Enfinger here at Talladega.
Hey, guys, there's another lap truck we're going to catch here in a minute.
I don't know if we can take it.
Look, Todd's went back to the bottom. He bailed out on Skinner. Oh, good, he quit. The black truck, I mean, he pulled on the...
Caution's out.
And the caution comes out.
Don't slow down too quick.
The 57 of Norm Benning has stopped on the racetrack. Oh, my goodness.
Now,
catch your breath.
Now Chris Fontaine's best buddy in the whole world isn't going to be behind him anymore. Kyle Busch is going to pull up on the outside of Chris Fontaine.
Or the inside, depending on which way Chris decides to go.
I'd take that bottom line in a heartbeat. That'll put Ron Hornaday right behind Chris and just try to use Ron Hornaday for the same purposes he was using Kyle Busch. He loves Kyle Busch right now. He's fixing to love Ron Hornaday more.
17 trucks on the lead lap. We'll add 1. Yes, Timothy Peters will be back on the lead lap. 18 trucks when we restart.